Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so the JP Dokkan account has just tweeted out the details for the physical cell LR EZA that we've obviously been waiting to see. So obviously we are going to jump in here and have a look at what he does. Shout out to Goresh for the translation. So we're going to move on to the actual details in just a second, but it'll be interesting to see what he's going to be like, because remember, the big reason why we kind of are hoping that this guy is going to be good is because physical LR Cell is basically the perfect link partner for the new AGL Dokkan Fest Cell. Once they reach this final phase, I think they share, it's either 5 or 6 links. Obviously the LR has legendary power, so it's never going to be 7 out of 7, but they share a very, very close link set. And the one thing that Cell is missing in comparison to the Goku and Gohan card is that perfect link partner to run alongside them. Now, I know a lot of people, I've been doing it in my videos, a lot of people have been using like the STR second form Cell, who is actually really good. Definitely got on a new lease of life with the 200% leader skill. But, you know, he's a support unit. Ideally, you want to be running him as a third slot floater so he can support the whole of the team rather than being locked onto one rotation. And obviously, he's not like, I think they share, is it 4 links or 4 or 5? At least when he's in second form, I think they share almost every single link. But we've been really looking forward to seeing what this guy does. Obviously, LR EZAs have been a bit all over the place in terms of their power, how good they are, all that kind of stuff. So this is Cell pre-EZA as we know him in the game right now. His super attack, he does colossal damage, 10% HP recovery, and obviously it's an AoE. The 18 key raised attack for 1 turn, mega colossal damage. And then his passive was simply attack and defense 90% at the start of the turn. And then he got an additional 1 key and 10% attack per enemy. So there's a lot of room for improvement. Obviously the biggest thing that he needs is a lot of defense. Now ideally we would want him to be really, really good in slot 1. Because AGL Cell, I mean, he can have start of turn defense over like 300k. And he does have built-in dodge, but he doesn't have any sort of like guard or damage reduction. So in events that disable dodge or type disadvantage or something like that, if you get blasted by a super attack in slot 1, you're going to take a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and look at the tweet here. Shout out to Goresh once again. So the passive is now attack and defense 120%, so it's an extra 30%. Gains an additional defense 60% when performing a super attack. So straight away, maybe not the slot 1 juggernaut that we were hoping for. But even in slot 1, after getting off the super attack, 60% defense is definitely a nice increase. And because it's on super, that will be affected by like the support and stuff like that as well, I believe. So his defense after supering should actually be really, really good. When there is 1 enemy, gain 3 key. So obviously that's going to help because against 1 enemy, you want to go for the 18 key super. When performing an ultra super attack, gain an additional defense 60%. And then gain an additional key +1 and attack 30% per enemy. So they've definitely designed him to be very strong against 1 enemy in terms of defense, even though it's not necessarily going to be in slot 1, because getting an extra 60% defense on super, and then he's also getting an additional 60% if there's 1 enemy. Actually no, wait, yeah, when performing an ultra super, gain an additional 60. So even if there is only I think it's just the way Dokkan passives are worded with all these like semicolons everywhere. So yeah, it's when there is 1 enemy, get 3 key, and I'm assuming these are tied together. So when there's 1 enemy, get 3 key, and if you're doing an ultra super, you get an additional 60% defense. But that's if there's only 1 enemy. But even so, against 1 enemy, that's a huge defensive buff. So I'm very interested. Obviously, the problem with these kind of defensive passives is you'll never see in the game the actual defensive number, because you can only look at it on the team menu before you actually get off your attacks. And so obviously, he gets the 60% when supering. He's going to get the extra 60% if it's an ultra super and there's 1 enemy. So those are multiplicatives. It's not just going to be like 120% off of the number you see on the screen, I believe. So his defense potentially is going to be really good. He gets an additional 1 key and 30% attack per enemy. That part is actually really, really good when it comes to Super Battle Road, because if we go back to the pre-EZA one, it's only 1 key and 10%, which 10%, like if you're fighting one enemy, 10% extra attack's not really a huge amount. Whereas post-EZA, even if you're only fighting one enemy, an extra 30% attack is actually pretty nice. But then you think about now when you take him into Super Battle Road, if there's like 3 or 4 enemies, or say World Tournament, for example, now he's getting like 90, 120, 150% extra attack, which is obviously going to make that AoE super really, really powerful. And then the super attack details are 12 key is colossal damage to all enemy and recovers 12 HP. So it's what, 10% increase or 12%? Remember, imagine if it was recovers 12 HP. 12% HP. So all they've really done is increase the HP recovery by 2%. And then the 18 key is greatly raises attack for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage. So the raises has changed to greatly raises. So no super attack effects in terms of defense. So getting additionals is not going to make him any more tanky. But all of his defense buffs that they've given him are from his passive rather than his super attack effect. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what his defense is looking like when you're getting an ultra super against one enemy, because potentially it's going to be really, really high. The only issue I have, like I say, is the fact that you're not going to get that in slot 1, which is really what the AGL Cell needed, because AGL Cell, when he gets to perfect form, he has a 35% chance to dodge, which is obviously very, very good. Even at 55%, you know, it means you're going to get that, which is a strong defensive tool to have in your arsenal. But it's not something you can rely on. Like, if you say you have a Scouter effect in play and you know there's a super attack in slot 1, 35% chance to dodge is not really what you want to try and bank your entire run on, and if he doesn't dodge, you get killed. Whereas this guy, because he's going to be getting so much defense when he actually super attacks, he's not really going to be an ideal slot 1 candidate either. But definitely seems good. Post super, his defense is going to be good. His attack should be nice and high, especially with the, even if there's only one enemy, he's getting the extra 30% here. He's greatly raising on the super attack effect. So, and of course, as an LR EZA, his super attack level goes up to 25, so the modifier goes up slightly for that. So I would not be surprised to see his 18 key super hitting incredibly hard, and his AoE against a bunch of enemies actually having a reasonable attack stat as well. So the only thing that we don't know at the moment, or at least at the time I'm recording this, I don't think it's, they don't usually post this kind of thing straight away, is what the weakness for his EZA is going to be. So obviously he's an LR, so the main damage dealing thing you want to have is legendary power, but then which category is it going to be to build the team around? Now with LR EZAs, they usually try and pick categories that have a decent amount of LRs that have type advantage. So the couple of potential ones that I've brought up here that I thought we could have a look at is we've got Android/Cell Saga, but as you can see, there's not really a lot of STR LRs. I would imagine they're going to make like AGL probably one of the typing. Well, LR EZAs actually, they never have the a certain typing does 80% less damage. So you're kind of looking at all the LRs in general. But there's not really a huge amount on here in terms of super. If we look at Kamehameha on the other hand, because, you know, self-defeated by the Kamehameha, I could see that, right? Makes a lot of sense. We got some good STR LRs on here. Kaioken Goku if you're on JP. A lot of LRs. Obviously, the new LR is on here, so that helps. The new Goku and Gohan, even though they're not an LR, are on here. So obviously running their team is going to be pretty good, which would make sense because they always like to push the new units to make you summon, to make the EZA easier. So I could definitely see Kamehameha being one. Goku family could also be one as well. Obviously, most of the crossover with Kamehameha, since Kamehameha units are usually Goku family or their fusions of some variety. So this one has a very nice selection as well. We got the UI Gokus, B-Pans on there, who's always good for EZAs because of the free healing. And then the only other one I could think of was Super Saiyan, because Super Saiyan 2 barely has any LRs, because obviously Gohan was a Super Saiyan 2 when he defeated Cell, but that's even smaller than the LR selection here. So just from looking at what we have available, I think the best in terms of team building for a lot of people to make this nice and easy is either going to be Goku's family or Kamehameha. So obviously once we get confirmation on what it is, I will do a team building guide. I always do those for EZAs and you guys appreciate them, so we definitely will do one. Let me know down below in the comments which one you think would be the most fitting category for this EZA. And also let me know just which one you would prefer it to be, because I'm sure some people have one of these category teams they can make much, much better than some of the other ones. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think about Cell's EZA overall. Is he good? Is he mid? I guess we'll have to wait until we see some of the screenshots of him in-game. But whilst he isn't that slot 1 god that we really, really wanted for Cell's team, I do think he is actually going to be very, very good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he looks like in game. Because obviously mine is Rainbow, full level 10 links. So very much looking forward to seeing what he can do. So let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.